Eduardo, I think you meant this for the Hatcher Guidebook, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to put it under here.
And yeah, and to add also to the outreach campaign, the point of contact
yeah,
for like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like who can help us and who, like that, right? The list, getting the list and which list to use. Okay, yeah, that's all on here. Cool. All right, so maybe we'll start with the guidebook. Is Nate with us?
I am, yeah.
Nate, you did a really fantastic job. I know you and Eduardo worked on this together, but Eduardo has confessed that this is mostly you with some input from him, and it looks fantastic. I just wanted to say that.
I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Feel free to edit all you want.
Eduardo and I did an editing round this morning for some clarity.
Good. Yeah.
And there's just some pieces that remain. And if we go to the notes, I'd say if we finish this now in this meeting, we will be done.
That sounds wonderful. Yeah.
I know, right? We could be, no. I do need an answer to this question. Maybe Dan, maybe you know, maybe Zep knows. Let's see. I'm going to ask if anyone on this call knows. When we say the DAO will be returned in full, it's like a claims process, right? So if we don't reach the minimum raise, then a claims process will be open where people have to claim their XDAI back. Is that correct?
No, actually it's automatic. Like we don't reach the hatch, and the funds are going to send automatically to all the addresses. It's like the user do not need to do anything.
That's great. Awesome. Thank you, Zach. And then we have this is sort of the first time we talk about CSTK in this document, and I thought that might be jarring for some people.
Did I not talk about it during the trusted seed area?
Applying to trusted seed. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, we can always put more context to it.
Section on. Okay, maybe I'll just leave it like that, if that's okay with everyone. Can be verified in your Web3. I thought a better way would be to send people to the dApp itself rather than the Web3 wallet.
Checking the wallet, yeah. Good call.
Okay. Which can be seen on the trusted seed dApp. Okay, we're verifying. Okay, great. Wow, we're like, this is really close. So this is the first time we're talking about builders or backers? I thought maybe we just get rid of it if it's not.
Is.
Okay. So I think all TECH token holders may exit their final position, and we don't even say builders or backers, just all TEC token holders.
Okay, yeah.
And then I need one piece of clarification. My understanding is you can rage quit anytime during the Hatch DAO, but also my understanding is that rage quitting is after the proposals. So my understanding is conflicting with each other.
Yeah, I had the same thought because I thought it was during the whole period you can rage quit at any point, but I don't know if that's the case or not. I asked around and it seemed like people thought it was only after proposals you'll have a window to rage quit, because that's the only time when a decision is being made on chain. And so I'm not sure. Yeah, we do need to get clarity about that.
I can explain.
I think people can rage quit. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I just think people can rage quit at any time, but you probably have a better way to explain it.
Yeah, basically, like people can rage quit at any time, but then when a proposal is there, for example, if I voted yes for that proposal, I won't be able to rage quit. and if this proposal passes, for example, Libby, who didn't vote, she could rage quit at any moment, and when the proposal passes, she also will have 24 more hours to rage quit. But just the people who vote yes on a proposal, they are the only ones who cannot rage quit.
Interesting. So let's say we have a proposal and somebody votes yes, then your option to rage quit is forfeited forever. Well, until.
I mean, if that proposal do not pass, then when it's not passing, you can rage quit again. But during that time that the proposal is being, that we don't know if it's going to pass or not, during that time you cannot rage quit because you voted yes.
So what I understand then, okay. The financial position and at any time before the commons upgrade. And then the clarification is that, here, let me get rid of all this. Whenever a change is proposed within the DAO, there is a period of time under which the yes votes are not able to rage quit. Exit. I want to still get this maybe verified.
I think it would be easier to say that. I think it would be easier to say that anyone can rage quit the DAO unless they voted yes for a proposal.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of under the impression that the only way to rage quit is if you're offered the option to, and I only think we offer the option after a proposal, right?
No, rage quit is a mechanism of the DAO. Like, it's there. Anyone can do it. It's not an offer. It's just a mechanism of the DAO, like one of the things you can do in the DAO. And then the reason why people who voted yes for a proposal can't rage quit while that proposal is still not how do you say it?
Resolved.
Finished. Like when the voting period when the voting period is still happening.
So is it its own app, or is it, because I was under the impression that it was part of the voting app, like it was kind of like a feature within Dandelion? I don't know.
I think it's part of the very structure of the DAO. Like it's a Moloch DAO that has this as a, like, it's in the code. That's
Embedded.
my understanding of it. Yeah.
Okay, and so will we have a front end for that?
The Hatch DAO.
I believe so. Do you know, Zetimus? I think it's probably like a button that you can click.
Yeah, it's just a button. It's just a click.
Okay.
Yeah, I went through it in one of our dress rehearsals, and essentially it's on the Hatch app, and you can, the same way that you fund it, you can also exit it. But
Okay.
I can't 100% confirm that it's only available when it's available. That's something that I think we would need Common Swarm to validate.
Verify. Okay.
No, it's just going to be like we were saying now. It's going to be available all the time, unless you vote yes on a proposal.
Except for when they vote yes on one of the proposals while the proposal is still being voted on. Okay.
Yeah, and only one proposal can be at a time.
Okay. Confirm with Griff about no's. So support required. Let's just do this now. If the proposal receives this ratio of yes votes, it will be considered valid within the DAO. Support required. Okay. I think we just take this whole thing out, Eduardo. What do you think? It's a little redundant from what it says.
Yeah.
Or we can say, as a token holder, your vote matters because we need to read 88% of the total TEC.
Yeah.
This is the votes cast. Sorry.
Yeah. In that sense, yes. If we like what matters for the people is to know that their vote counts, just not like, oh, someone will vote for me kind of thing.
Well, that's for this one. But for this one, it's only the number of votes cast count. So if you don't cast a vote, then your vote doesn't count towards that support required.
Yeah, we can take away that one.
I need to taking it out. So guys, the guidebook is done. The link is in here. If anyone wants to, please jump in the Hatch Outreach weekly agenda. Please feel free to jump in. But I would say, I think this is great. We should publish it like today. There was one question, Libya, I'm glad you're here. Does this belong in the Guidebook? This Hatcher Guidebook? Or is that not the right place for the Hatcher Guidebook? Since I feel like you're
Yeah, I think it is.
It is? Okay.
I think it is because all the legal documents are there. So yeah, there's a section called Hatch 101. I can edit there if you send me, or can I find it in the chat?
Yeah, I think it would be nice to have this, at least a checklist, as a section separately from the Hatch 101 that is a frequently asked question. I will add just a tab or something in the list of options that's called checklist. And we can just send people there rather than throwing them out to a frequently asked questions section or something else.
No, but just Hatch 101 is just the name of the section, you know. So we can put under with the title of checklist, like a separate, we can put on top.
So we're saying Hatch 101 checklist and Hatch Guidebook, and then Hatch 101 legal Hatch terms, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe somebody can just take this on and do it. Who is there? I don't know.
Yeah, I can do that.
Do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do want to clarify one thing real quick, Tam. The rage quitting again. It doesn't really make sense to have the ability to rage quit until the hatch raise is over. Is that correct? Like the hatch raise period has to have ended before you can rage quit.
This makes sense because we do not know the cultural tribute until the hatch closes. You want me to specify that? That's a very good point.
Yeah. I think that, you know, if they're under the impression that they can rage quit any time before the hatch period closes, then I don't know.
But
yeah.
you can only rage quit what you put in, and it's a percentage. I don't remember, Chewy, how much was the hatch tribute of this one? I think 2%.
Yeah, but
so
then
you're
going
to
to
be able to.
Too.
That's a 2%, yes.
But I don't think the cultural tribute is tributed on top of rage quit. I think the only thing that is discounted is the hatch tribute, isn't it?
No, it's both.
Yeah, I think it takes into account the cultural tribute too, which is why it's really hard to let the hatcher know exactly how much they can rage quit with, because the cultural tribute is dependent upon how much we raise. And so we can't make that decision until the hatch raise is actually over with. So any type of perception that they can donate money and then rage quit before the hatch closes needs to be clarified, I think.
Yeah.
But the hatch, the cultural build tribute is. Sorry, I think there's a little delay.
No, you can finish.
I think the cultural build tribute is only charged after the commons upgrade upon the total amount of funds, because it's not charged in the same currency as like the hatch tribute, for example, because the cultural build tribute will be minting another token that will have like a dilution of that final amount. So if people want to rage quit before, they will just be rage quitting, and that amount won't even build up on our minimum goal, you know?
No,
Like maybe there's a lot of people that will be putting in and they want to rage quit. So that will be extracted from the total we have. And if people rage quit a lot and we don't even raise the minimum, for example, then we don't raise the minimum.
yeah, but the thing is, they cannot rage quit during the hatch. They can only rage quit like after the hatch happen.
Yeah, it's great that you're here, Griff. There's one technical question that needs a little clarification, and it's, can people exit the hatch paying the 2% tribute during the hatch 30-day period? So if I fund the hatch and then there's this 30-day period, can I exit? Okay, excellent. So it's between the close of the hatch and the commons upgrade when people can exit the hatch. And there's one condition when they can't exit the hatch. Thanks to Septimus for clarifying this, but let's get confirmation too, is that when they have voted yes on a proposal, while the proposal is still being voted on, they cannot exit the hatch.
While it's still being voted on, and the execution delay, the rage quit delay. So during the vote until the vote has been executed 48 hours after the votes have been counted. So then they can rage quit after the proposal has been executed.
And when is the cultural tribute applied?
So we don't really I've been avoiding the words of cultural build tribute because it's just like confusing, but it's applied right after the hatch closes. So either when we hit the max, because we're going to raise 14 million. Yeah, that's right. So when we hit the max, then the cultural build tribute is applied, and that's applied by minting tokens for the builders. That's what the cultural build tribute is. It's just minting tokens for the builders. And then that can happen either when we hit the max or when the 30 days is over.
And so rage quitting will always incorporate the 2% and then the cultural build tribute percentage.
Yeah, that's why they can't rage quit during the hatch, because the cultural build tribute hasn't happened. It hasn't been determined yet, so that they have to wait until that's over.
So
Sorry, Tam, I was so wrong.
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's good. It's good to actually always verify each of these, actually, because we're about to publish this. So I'm glad that we were taking the time to make sure it's all right. Eduardo and I spent an hour and a half going over it all today. Those were the last few questions. So I think it's ready to go now. I think it's excellent. I dropped it in Hatch Outreach channel. If Libya, you want to bring it into Guidebook, that would be great. And then we can move on. Yay! Hatch Outreach campaign. Okay, so Eduardo and I also worked on, like, hey, what's our message? We're just dropping kinds of messages here that we may use. This is another message, probably this is the one I think I'm going to use. Drop a message that you think is, in doing these campaign outreach, I often switch up the message and change it a little because I think I get bored of my own message. So feel free, if you have another version, to drop it. It's not there, but like drop it under here. I think this is nice and clean. It's just, hey, we're live. Here's a checklist. And if you just want to participate right now, just click on this link. I'd love anybody's feedback, but I think it's pretty complete. All the links are here. And now the question is, hey, who can help do this? we have a number of people to reach out to. So Griff, you wanted to say something?
I figure I can just make a quick edit in the doc.
Oh, cool.
But I will say something on the reaching out. So I think it's important, of course, to do on the ground things, but it's not in anyone's best interest to put money in like right away, and it kind of sucks, but it's not. I mean, if some people will be excited to do it, and like let's lean on that. But the one-to-one interactions may be a little not authentic if it's like, yeah, put your money here and just let it sit for 30 days, you know? So, like, just, I think what we should, I think we definitely need to do the outreach, and we definitely need to get people activating their trusted seed and pushing them. But that last little, like, hey, I'm going to put, like, you know, $70,000 sitting there. It's like if they put $70,000 and do some yield farming on like Mirror.finance or something, then they'll have $75,000 to put in the hatch. So I just like I feel like at the beginning, maybe like here in Paris and stuff, we should really just be focusing on why the TEC is so important and awesome, and outreaching to those people, and getting people to get in the trusted seed for sure, but maybe not trying to close them right away.
Yeah, this outreach is for the people we've already contacted. This is specifically for the people we've already contacted and had Hatch outreach sessions for. Yeah, sorry, that wasn't clear. This is people we've already talked to. So yeah, it's more clear here, basically. Anyone we've already reached out to before. But I agree with you, actually. It's a good point. It's also like, hey, zero in the be the first one. So I understand what you're saying. It's a really good point. But yeah, I think there's a second campaign, which is Hatcher outreach, what you're talking about, like on Paris on the ground, and that's different. This would be more like these three lists of people. Hey, we've talked to you in March. Remember, and you've activated your trusted seed in May, and now the hatch is open. Here's your checklist. That's this one. And for the other one, I think your strategy is spot on too, actually, because I'm assuming most people that we haven't talked to already maybe don't even know yet what trusted seed is, and haven't yet even applied to trusted seed.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Sounds great.
Will we be able to set up like tables in Paris? Like, or yeah, have like a little section.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this.
Yeah, hopefully we will. I'm trying to find the within the space of the different activities that are kind of that we have certain certainty that we are going to go, to see how we will manage to do this soft chill outreach to bring interest to the TEC, and then do a follow-up that will probably be more personal. I think it will depend on the people and the projects that we find. And it will also be depend on if we can access actually the venues, if to which venues do we manage to get inside, and so on. And so, yeah.
Who has tickets? So I know Tam, me, Chewy, Wonka all have tickets. Does anyone else have a ticket? Oh, Livia, you have a ticket. Nate, you have a ticket. Zeptimus, you have a ticket, right?
Yeah.
Am I the minority? Oh my god.
Katie is volunteering, so she's access.
Nice. Wait, Livia's volunteering
No,
for
Katie is
FCC? Katie. Okay. Cool. So we'll definitely have a nice crew. I think Sem has a ticket. I don't know if anyone else got tickets, but no matter what, we'll have a good crew inside. And I think we'll be able to get the rest in there too.
Okay, cool. But if not, we bring, we can have some sort of side event if we have enough, right, interest.
Should we, since we are here, can we ask you, I remember that you mentioned the dates, but is there any confirmation on any other activity or any space that the TEC can use as a space for scouting, actually, and outreach?
Yes, I'm gonna try throughout today to set the One Hive event for this Friday. This is gonna be for this week, and well, I just had a call with. I mean, this is like in general like good news, but I just had a call with Felipe, and I'm gonna help the Taoist with streaming. So all of the conferences in the Taoist are gonna be streamed, and yeah, it's I think it's also gonna be very helpful for our talk. Which oh, by the way, like Tam and Livy, congrats on that. And yes, so regarding scouting, these are some of the news.
I'm just going to go quickly back to this Hatch Outreach campaign, because the major effort in this, to be honest, is this sending messages all day long for hours, and then replying to people and answering questions and sharing information that they have. So it's a lot like relationship building and, just being really kind and generous with your time to people who have questions. So it's actually incredibly time consuming, and I would love to see if there are people that can help with this part. There's a list, we probably have, I would say, a good 300 people. We could say 200, but maybe it's 300 people to reach out to. And I'd like to ask if people can help with that. I know it's going to be Eduardo and myself. And I'd like to know, can anyone else spend maybe an hour, and we can give you a few names for a list, or 2 hours, and you could send this canned message to people to let them know.
Yes.
You can add me to the list too.
I can offer some help too.
It's really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, awesome. Then you just made this so much easier work. I think I will. There's in this Hatch Outreach campaign, just the first day of Hatch, there's 3 different spreadsheets that we're working with now, and I don't want to open them because they may contain some private information. So I just won't keep them open now, like names or email addresses. So for now, I'm going to leave these closed, but we will go through these, and I think it will end up being this one curate sheet that we use, which just has people's names and Telegram handles, and we'll probably end up using that as sort of the master list to go through. And yeah, maybe I would say either tomorrow, Friday, or over the weekend would be the right time to do this, depending on when we hatch.
Yeah, and then I have another question, which is basically as the same way that we have, for example, when someone needs to change the Ethereum address, and then we know that that's Craig or Dan who we send them to. Who, if we have someone who has the time, or if we have like a guidepost, who do we refer them in case we don't know, or people arrive to the Discord, like, and then Katie will receive them and so on. But who is the point of contact to sort of more like deeply in technical questions or things that are more, like how do we like, I don't know if it's necessary, or we I don't know how to express this properly. I'm sorry. I'm quite
Is it issues with like addresses? Like, hey, I can't, I don't remember my address. Is it those kinds of questions?
Yeah, exactly. I basically would like to have a single, hopefully a single point of connection to sort of not overwhelm with many stuff to different people. So I don't know if that's even possible, but yeah, I just
What's the scenario? Like somebody comes up and what do they ask you?
all these things like change of the Ethereum address, or just shouldn't be the case anymore. But if that happens again, questions regarding very specific technical aspects that for some reason we didn't thought about, or bugs on the DApp, like all these things. Do we have like a channel, or should we have a channel in Discord that is only called the Hatch, and then people just ask questions as they go through? We send them there. Like, I think it could be nice, because it could be confusing to be in a general channel asking questions that are general about all the stuff. And then if you just have a channel for the Hatch, people can just drop their questions there, and we know that we have to pay attention to that channel during the Hatch constantly. Because I feel we have this thing of, oh, yeah, impact hours, then go to this person, then, oh, go to this person. So it's hard to centralize or to have a solid person who can answer and have the time to answer this. So yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I love the idea. I don't know, maybe we change the name Hatcher Outreach to like, Hatch questions here in all caps. And that will solve the purpose. I mean, we could use the Hatcher Outreach channel, but we can change the name to something that's more, clear that this is where you should come with Hatch questions. Yeah, I like the idea actually. And just, we could say, we could drop our questions there, direct people to go there. There'll be some maybe sensitive information if maybe, I don't know if we want people to share their Ethereum addresses there and such, but we'll probably still.
We can always break out into DM for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay. But it would be nice, for example, if let's say, an example, Dan, if you see that channel once a day, you already see that people are like, hey, I have my Ethereum address is not, and then you already know that that's the place you have to check for people's questions and answers, for everyone.
That would be nice.
Not only for them, but for us also.
So what should we call it? Hatch?
I would go for the Hatch. Yeah.
We can't capitalize names, unfortunately. We can call it TEC Hatch instead of Hatch Outreach.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So just tell people to go to TEC Hatch.
And I think also like post Hatch, we don't need like to hide many addresses. Like for instance, one Hive, when you are applying for the source cred, you put your address in a chat, and you say, oh, ED Septimus, address, this one. I don't know, it's a bunch of questions and they're all in the chat. And people can just make a new address. Like, I feel like this is important for Trusted Seed, but for in the future, I don't think it's that important. Because I mean, as I understand, like the goal with the Trusted Seed is to somehow monitor these people and look like they're behaving right, so in the future commons we can take measures if needed, but in the future, yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Just to sum it up, so we agree on using that channel for sending people, or to list it as a space for these questions and stuff. So we can all agree to sort of take a look at that channel constantly, or at least.
Should we move it up to like support or information out of working groups?
Yeah.
Where do you guys think we should put it? There's onboarding, information, or support.
Support. I will go for support.
Yeah. Although now people are going to be like, where's the Hatch Outreach working group? We hit it on you. You got to look for it now.
All right. Yeah.
Cool. That's it for this, actually. for our agenda today. So for everyone who's volunteered to help with outreach, thanks.
Yeah, can you send instructions on DM, Tam? Like, oh, Seb, or you should take those people, or yeah, some instructions.
Yeah, I think we should filter and assign ourselves temp to the ones that we already have contact with, and then divide the rest that are free or have never been contacted by none of us, or the ones that we sort of like. We have different levels of contact with different people, so it will be weird that if you contact someone first and keep up our relationship with them, then to switch to Septimus to do that contact.
I'm looking at it as everyone that gave a soft commit.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyone that gave a soft commit, and I'm really okay with, let's see how many that is. And I'm really okay with this. So that's 90. But then we have the list of activated trusted seed as well. And there's probably some overlap there, but maybe we can ask Craig if he can merge these two lists so that there's one master list of everyone who gave a soft commit plus all of the activated trusted seed.
Oh, I can probably do that in 5 minutes.
Excellent.
Give me a second.
So I'm not sharing my screen, but if you go to this POC for each hatcher, there's a status which is just gave a soft commit. And then if we can have that list and a list of all the trusted seed members, I think that's our people we've contacted list. And then I would say we can work with comms to have more of a like outreach to people that we haven't already contacted.
Hey, Tam, which is it? I mean, like what I was doing is basically I had a trusted seed list, and I was just going to get a formula to get the soft commit in there. But I can do it the other way around. So you don't have like an extra list.
Any way we can get one list of unique contacts. Or even some duplicates, because I see there's one or two people who don't have a handle, and that's okay. We could just leave those people in there without the handle.
Okay. Let me check the ones you have, like because what I can do is basically get the trusted seed list and get the information of the soft commit there. I did it before, but it's super outdated. Yeah. Maybe I can do it the other way around for people that haven't activated.
Yeah, I mean the master list should have 3 categories: soft commits, trusted seed that hasn't activated, and activated memberships. Those are the 3 categories that I thought could be ideal to have.
Yeah. All the soft commits are. Where do you guys have the soft commits?
Here, it's in this. Okay, so from our agenda, go to the outreach campaign. Here, I'm just going to drop it in here.
Send it me via DM or something.
I'm so sorry for this.
Hold on, Dan. Got it. Okay.
Cool. I'll ping you guys if I had any questions. She'll be fast.
Thank you.
Okay. Excellent.
Shall we talk about TC Scouts during 10 minutes of this call before we close it up? So you mentioned that we have one hive for this Friday. Is that correct?
It's not confirmed yet, but yes, it's what I'm aiming. So we can have 2 days of promotion.
Right. It could be nice if some of the ones that are present here could assist and also give support. Lauren, we had this situation where she mentioned on the call the other day that just things happens and he couldn't attend, and then Lauren stepped in and I joined her. But it could be nice to show support that we are doing an outreach to the community that is so close to us. If we could have some other members of the community to just be there and just join in and having fun, if you wanna call like that. Because metagame was actually a really cool one. So yeah, it will be nice to have the same kind of thing with a community that is quite close to us, like One Hive. And I will suggest that we shouldn't be doing many launches during Paris. It will be more of a physical thing during Paris. I don't think we will have the time probably to do some of these calls in other communities. So my next kind of call to action, Nate and Shui, will be to put together a list of communities from the highlights, and then a list of potential people in ETC. Then we will do ETC physically, and then after ETC, we can do the list from the highlights virtually, if that works for you guys. And then yeah, see what kind of we should work on this week, on what kind of information or ways we are gonna sort of target or access the people in ETC. I think we could have a sync on certain information, what is priority to say, and so on. I will take that as a yes. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you need an answer from someone?
No, just checking. Besides that, I don't know if is there something else on the TC Scouts, Shui, that you I would like to understand if yeah, so we will keep this call for TC Scouts, this time spot for TC Scouts. I think we all can. Like it's possible for everyone. Besides that, I think after ETC we can have a conversation about if it is a project, if it's a working group, and what do we do with this space, basically. So just to have that on the loop and have that on mind. I don't know if there is something else on the Scout side, Chui, that you want to discuss.
Yeah, I think that the Scouts can probably have a lot of activity like after the hatch. So I feel that right now, like the efforts, like the pre-hatch efforts, have already like taught us some of the benefits of having it. I do agree that networking in Paris is going to be much more physical. However, what I meant with the streams from the Taoist talks is that we might get a lot of attention from other communities. So I feel that the TE Scouts could also use like they could we could use it a lot as an outreaching tool during Paris. But I do agree, like that most of networking is gonna be physical, not but for post hatch, I feel that there are still like some projects that could be put together. So yes, I agree. After ETCC, we can maybe like reevaluate what the TE Scouts is. If we have accomplished some of the short-term objectives, and if yes, this could either be like an isolated project or a working group, and see where we can take it from there. But yeah, I feel that there's not really like a lot going on in the TE Scouts right now, other than the events that we're having.
Thank you, Shui. Yeah, I agree. I think that also there will be, if you, I think Tam and Libby, you will have thoughts on it on the Taoist. If that's what I understood. I don't know if I understand correctly, or what were you? I assume that was a congratulations for. But at any opportunity that we will have visibility, I think that will bring attention to us. And then that's also our sort of passive role to be able to receive this kind of this attention, and so redirected to inform people when they contact us about seeking information, etc. So I feel it's a lot of paying attention to the input we will receive and be able to sort of manage it properly.
Libby and I are co-presenting Talk Together. So we'll have 20 minutes to convince everyone to mob the TEC.
You will. That's it on my side.
Cool. Would anyone else like to raise anything else, or we can end this 12 minutes early?
I was talking with Sam and Paulo about the hatch, and I'm hoping that YGG and I can get this thing out tonight for sure. It shouldn't take so long because of all the work that Ivy and Frischel did with me today to get the praise audit done. But I think they're leaning more towards just launching tomorrow. So the plan will be to, assuming that we get the final impact hour like data together, then we should be launching sometime around like 3 or 4 p.m. tomorrow. But, you know, don't like tweet it or anything until it's done and we know it works. There's no reason to say it's happening and then we run into some issue, we find out something's wrong. You know, it's way easier to not have a big like, woo, you know, until it's like, okay, we deployed it. Let's look at it for like half an hour, you know, and then be like, okay, we're good. Woo, you know.
I feel it would be epic to launch it on the community call, but maybe it's not possible. But I feel it would be epic.
We could wait to announce it until the community call.
Yeah, I would do it.
I like that idea too.
I like that too.
Cool. And until then, soon. Yeah. The official message is soon.
Yeah, and we could definitely tweet that. TC is happening so soon.
Cool. All right. Do we have a time with YGG this evening?
Right after Stewards.
Right after Stewards. Got it.
Until it's done.
Okay. Cool. All right. See all of you in the next.
Can I just share really quick the Git?
Please.
Just the Guidebook. It feels like it loses the purpose a little bit of the document. Let me share, because the Guidebook has this weird thing of like you can't delete the spaces. Like everything has huge spaces in between, and then it doesn't look so much like a checklist. Do you guys think it's a problem?
Boxes or? Oh, I see. They are the checklist.
Hmm?
Yeah, Guidebook's not great for that.
I don't think it looks terrible, but it definitely looks like you've already checked the checklist.
Should I add it as a picture? Like take a screenshot of the Google Doc and then put it there to look more like an actual checklist? Like this?
They're linked though. They jump down to the relevant section. They're bookmark links.
True. I can change this guy to a gray one, and then it looks like it wasn't checked yet. Yeah. Is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And do those links actually link you to those sections in this doc, or is that a holdover from the Google Doc?
Yeah, they do.
No, it goes to the Google Doc.
Yeah, Google, yeah. But you can link them within the page.
Oh, I see. I'll get the right links here. Good call.
And I guess how did that blog post go, Livia? Any good response?
I posted last night, but nobody really replied to it.
Great.
Yeah, it's here. I don't know if it needs to be more, like if we need to post it in more places.
Well, I don't know that we need
Tweet
to
about it.
post in or. I don't know if we should tweet about it on it. I don't know. What do you guys think we should tweet about it?
If you're making another blog post, then I would say no. But if you're not, then I think it would be good because we did tweet about the voting happening and stuff.
Yeah, let's just wait until we have the final results for sure.
Okay.
Great. This is it. See everyone in the stewards meeting.